Hello friends, now we are starting example number 28 from the miscellaneous exercise. So observe the given condition very carefully. Very interesting example is there. So B bar, its value is given to us 4i cap plus 3j cap, and C bar be the perpendicular vector lies in which plane? XY plane. This is the given condition, that B bar value is given to us and C bar, these two vectors are perpendicular and lies in which plane? XY plane. But value of C bar is not given, some conditions are given to us. Using this condition, first we are trying to find out value of C bar. Okay, once the value of C bar is known to us, then what we have to find out? Find such vector, means find the vector in the same plane, means in which plane? XY plane, having projection 1 and 2 along B bar and C bar respectively. Second part later on we will discuss, means we have to find out one vector whose projection on B bar is 1 and projection on C bar is what? 2. That vector later on we will find out, but for that purpose first we will require the value of what? C bar. So first we are trying to find out value of C bar. So C bar lies in which plane? XY plane. If it lies in XY plane, means definitely Z coordinate is 0, or we can say that coefficient of K cap will be equals to 0. So we don't know what is coefficient of I cap and J cap. Let us denote coefficient of I cap say by X and coefficient of J cap say by Y. So let us denote these values say by X and what? Y. Okay, so now to find out value of C bar, we will require the value of what? X and Y. So let us try to find out this value using the given condition. What is the given condition here? That B bar and C bar are perpendicular to each other, and we know that if two vectors are perpendicular, at that time their dot product will be equals to 0. Now substitute the value of B bar. B bar is equals to, what is the value of B bar? 4i cap plus 3j cap. And what is the value of C bar according to our supposition? xi cap plus yj cap. On this side 0, keep it as it is. Take the dot product. So 4 into x will be 4x plus 3 into y will be equals to 3y. By taking dot product of these two vectors, we have got one equation in terms of x and y. So now either find out value of x in terms of y or y in terms of x. From this we can say that y is equal to plus 4x on this side will become minus 4x and divided by what? 3. So in this way we have got the value of y. If we are substituting this value of y in this expression, see what we will get. Keep this first term as it is, xi cap, replace y by its value minus 4 by 3 x j cap. Just I am substituting the value of y here. What is the value of y? Minus 4x upon 3. So this implies that C bar is equal to, now observe it very carefully, can I take x common from both the terms? So if I am taking x common, so what is the remaining term here? I cap. Okay, and here remaining term is minus 4 by 3 j cap, means this is the value of C bar. This implies that C bar is equal to, now to eliminate this fraction, just simply I am dividing by 3. So here we will get x by 3. Since I am dividing by 3, that's why I am multiplying by 3. So if I am multiplying by 3, here we will get 3i cap, and if I am multiplying here by 3, 3 will get cancelled, here we will get minus 4j cap. In this way we have got the value of what? C bar. Once the value of C bar is known to us, now we are finding such vector which lie in same plane, means what? XY plane. So let us denote required vector by R bar. So let R bar is equals to, now this vector lies in which plane? XY plane, means term of K cap is absent, its coefficient is 0. Let us denote the coefficient of I cap by M, because here we have denoted it by X. So here instead of X and Y you are able to use any small letter, plus nk cap, and here nj cap. Term of K cap is absent because this vector lies in which plane? XY plane. Okay, now this vector R bar, its projection along R1 and 2 along B bar and C bar. So let R bar be a vector in XY plane. XY plane having projection projection, how much projection? 1 and 2 along what? B bar and C bar respectively. So we have denoted this required vector by R bar. Means to find out value of R bar, we will require the value of M and what? N. So now projection of R bar on B bar is how much? 1. And what is the formula to find out projection of A bar on B bar? Projection of A bar on B bar can be find out applying this formula, A bar dot B bar divided by magnitude of B bar. So projection of R bar on B bar can be find out applying same formula, R bar dot B bar divided by magnitude of B bar. But the value of projection is how much? 1. Now remaining part is just to substitute the value. What is the value of R bar? M I cap plus N j cap. What is the value of B bar? It is given to us 4 I cap plus 3 j cap divided by magnitude of B bar is 4 square plus 3 square. On this side keep 1 as it is. In the numerator take the dot product of these two vectors. Both the vectors are in Cartesian form. At that time to find out dot product, first take the product of coefficient of I cap, means 4 into M will be equals to 4M. Then take the product of coefficient of J cap, means 3 into N will be equals to 3N. In the denominator 16 plus 9 is 25, square root of 25 is 5 is equals to 1. So which implies that 4m plus 3n is equals to 5 will get multiplied on this side. So 5 into 1 will be equals to 5. In this way, using first condition we have got one equation in terms of m and n. Now we will use second condition, that projection of r bar on c bar is what? 2. Using this we will try to find out another equation in terms of what? M and n. Once two equations are known to us, solving them we are able to find out our required value m and n. Once the value of m and n is known to us, we will get our required vector. So here also we can say that also what is the second condition? Projection of r bar on c bar is equals to 2. What is the formula of projection? R bar dot c bar, r bar dot c bar divided by magnitude of c bar. This projection is how much? 2. Now substitute the values. So therefore r bar is nothing but m I cap plus n j cap. This c bar, what is the value of c bar here? X by 3. Keep this dot as it is, x by 3, 3 I cap minus 4 j cap divided by magnitude of c bar. Observe that c bar, so what we'll get here? Under root x square upon 3 square into 3 square plus minus 4 square. On this side keep these 2 as it is. Now in the numerator take the dot product, x by 3 keep it as it is, x by 3 keep it as it is, and what is the dot product? M into 3 will be equals to 3m minus 4 into n will be minus 4n. In the denominator take this term outside the square root, it will become x by 3, and remaining term in the root is what? 9 plus 16. 9 plus 16. On this side, on the right hand side keep 2 as it is. Okay, so here x by 3 and x by 3 will get cancelled. What is remaining part? 3m minus 4n divided by, after simplifying square root we will get 5 is equals to 2. So 3m minus 4n is equals to 5 2s are 10. Let us denote it by second equation. In this way we have got two equations in terms of what? M and n. So solve these two equations simultaneously. So solving equation first and second we get. So directly write down what value of m we are getting here and n we are getting here. Once the value of m and n is known to us, we will get our required vector. So therefore required vector is, required vector we have denoted by what? R bar is equal to m I cap plus n j cap. Means to find out this vector we will require value of m and n, and to find out value of m and n we have to solve this equation first and second simultaneously. So if you'll observe here, coefficient of n is 3 and here is minus 4. If coefficient of n becomes equal, by taking addition of these two equations, we are able to eliminate what? N. Means we are able to cancel the terms of n and we will get the value of m. So well, here to get their LCM is 12. So to get 12 here, we have to multiply by 4. So multiply by 4, what we will get? 16m plus 9n is equals to, since I am multiplying by here by 4, sorry, here we will get 12, and on that side we will get 4 5s are 20. Now multiply here by 3. So here we will get 3 means 9m, multiply by 3, so we will get minus 12n, multiply by 3 we will get 50. So if we are taking addition, these two terms will get cancelled. On this side we will get 25m is equal to 50, means m is equals to 2. So m is equals to 2. So hope all of you know how to solve two linear equations, isn't it? So once the value of m is known to us, substitute this value of m in any equation. If I am substituting here m is equal to 2, so 2 into 4 is 8, plus 8 on this side will become minus 8. 5 minus 8 means minus 3. 3n is equal to minus 3, means n is equal to minus 1. In this way we have got the value of m, and this will be the rough part, isn't it? So once the value of m and n is known to us, we will get our required vector r bar. So substitute value of m is equals to what? 2. So here we will get 2i cap and replace n by its value minus 1, means minus 1 into j cap is what? Minus j cap. In this way we have got our required vector r bar, whose projection on a b bar is equals to 1 and on c bar is equal to how much? 2. See, in the example number 29th, what we have to show? We have to show that no line in a space can make angle pi by 6 and pi by 4 with x and y axis. So now to prove that no lines make such angle, to prove these things we have to prove that our certain condition is not satisfying, means somewhere we are getting contradiction, means this condition does not satisfy our standard result, so that we can say that we are getting contradiction, and in that case we are able to conclude that no line in a space makes such angle with x-axis and what? Y-axis. So here we are supposing that, if possible, suppose that alpha is equal to pi by 6, means first angle we have denoted by alpha and second by beta are the angle made by the line with x-axis and what? Y-axis. We are supposing that these are the angle made with x-axis and y-axis. With this supposition, let us try to solve the example and let us check we are getting some contradiction or not. So we have one result that cos square alpha plus cos square beta plus cos square gamma is equals to what? 1. Now we are substituting the values. So cos square alpha, what is the value of alpha here? Pi by 6, plus cos square beta, beta is how much? Pi by 4, plus cos square gamma, keep it as it is equals to 1. Cos pi by 6 means cos 30, and we know that cos 30 is how much? Root 3 by 2, keep this square as it is. Cos pi by 4 means cos 45 is how much? 1 by root 2, keep this square as it is, and on this side cos square gamma is equal to 1 also as it is. What is square of root 3 by 2? So that will be 3 by 4, plus square of 1 by root 2 is 1 by 2, cos square gamma, keep it as it is equals to 1. What is the LCM of denominator? 4 here. So 3 by 4 plus, I am multiplying to numerator and denominator by 2. So here we will get 2 and here we will get 4, plus cos square gamma is equals to 1. So cos square gamma is equals to 1. What is the addition of these two terms? Denominators are same. So take the addition of numerator. 3 plus 2 is 5. 5 by 4 on this side will become minus 5 by 4. So cos square gamma is equals to, let us take the cross multiplication, 4 minus 5 is minus 1 by 4. But value of cos square means value of square cannot be negative, means we can say that this is not possible. So this value of, so therefore value of cos square gamma is what? Negative. and since the value of cos square is negative, so but this is not possible that square of some number is negative, but this is not possible, means here we can say that we have got what? Contradiction. So this is not possible here, that value of square of any real number cannot be negative. So this is not possible, but this result we have got because of our supposition, means our supposition is wrong. So therefore our supposition is wrong. And if our supposition is wrong, means what is our conclusion? No line in a space makes such angle with x-axis and y-axis. Hence we can conclude that no line in space can make angle pi by 6 and pi by 4 with x and y axis respectively, with x and y axis respectively. In this way we have shown that no line in a space can make such type of angle with x axis and y axis. Now let us try to solve the next example, example number 30. So in this example, we have to find out angle between the lines whose direction cosines are given by these two equations. Means relation between direction cosines of two lines are given by these two equations. Using this we have to find out angle between the lines. Okay, so means by solving these two equations, first we are trying to find out direction ratios. Such type of equations are maybe these are the relations between what? Direction cosines. Sometimes relation between direction ratios are also given to us. Those equations may also be given in terms of ABC or in terms of PQR, but method will be same. As it stands, the given equations are in terms of what? L, M and N. Now from this equation number second, we have three choices. By find out the value of L in terms of M and N and substitute in equation number first, or find out value of M in terms of L and N and then substitute it in this equation, or find out the value of N and substitute it in this equation. But to avoid the fraction, here if you will observe, coefficient of M is what? 1. So we are giving priority to find out value of what? M, for simplicity. So therefore M is equals to, or from equation second, M is equals to, from equation second, what value of M we are getting? Plus 3L on this side will become minus 3L, and plus 5N on this side will become minus 5N. So here nothing is in the denominator because coefficient of M is what? 1. So fraction is not there. So for simplicity I have substituted the value of M. You have a choice, you are able to substitute the value of L also or value of N also. Getting it? So put M is equals to minus 3L minus 5N in equation first. Let us see what we'll get here. Here M is there, so 6, keep it as it is. I am replacing this M by its value minus 3L minus 5N into N, keep it as it is, minus, here M does not appear, so keep this second term minus 2NL as it is, plus 5 also as it is, this L also as it is, and substitute the value of M. What is the value of M here? Minus 3L minus 5N. On this side keep 0 as it is. Just simply we have substituted the value of M. Here also M appears and here also M appears. We have replaced M by its value. Now simplify this equation. So 6 into minus 3 will be minus 18L. Again 6 into minus 5 is 30. Here multiply by N also. So here we will get LN. Again here minus 30. And N into N will be N square. Here minus 2 NL, keep it as it is. Here this multiplication is minus 15L square. Here this multiplication is minus 25Ln. On this side 0, keep it as it is. If you'll observe all the terms in this equation, all the terms are negative. So I am multiplying both sides by minus. Parallelly, first write down the term of L square, means if I am multiplying by minus, all the terms will become what? Positive. So here we will get 15 L square. Then collect the terms of Ln. 18 plus 2 is 20. 20 plus 25 is 45. So plus 45 Ln. So these all negative signs are becoming what? Positive, since I am multiplying both sides by minus. Lastly, write down the term of n square. Plus 30 n square. On this side 0, keep it as it is. Again, if you'll observe this equation, all the terms are divisible by what? 5. So I am dividing both sides by 15. All the terms are divisible by 15. So divide both sides by 15. So here we'll get L square. Here we'll get 3 Ln. Plus here we will get 2n square is equal to 0. Now this is the equation in terms of L and N. What is L, M, N? Direction cosines. Direction cosines. How many lines are there? 2 lines are there. That's why I am denoting direction cosines of these lines by L1, M1, N1 and L2, M2, N2. So let L1, M1, N1 and L2, M2, N2 be the direction cosines of lines. Therefore, now if you'll observe, this is the this equation is nothing but what? Quadratic equation. Better way convert it in terms of what? L and L upon N for simplicity. So if I am dividing all the terms by n square, let us see what we'll get. Here L square upon n square will be equals to L upon n whole bracket square. Just simply I am dividing both sides by what? N square. If I am dividing here by n square, 1 n will get cancelled, and what is remaining term? 3L upon n. Plus here if I am dividing by n square, remaining term is 2 is equal to 0. Observe that it is quadratic equation in terms of what? L upon n. And by solving the quadratic equation, how many maximum roots we will get? 2 roots, means 2 solutions are there. And I think you have studied about quadratic equation in your earlier classes, that quadratic equation in standard form can be written as ax square plus bx plus c is equal to 0. In 10th standard you have studied about quadratic equation, and if alpha and beta are the roots of this quadratic equation, then product of roots, means alpha into beta, is equals to what? C upon a. In this case, instead of x, variable is denoted by what? L upon n. So its first value let us denote it by L1 upon N1, and second value let us denote it by L2 upon N2. Isn't it? These are 2 roots of this quadratic equation. Okay, and what is the formula to find out product of root? Here we have taken product. Again observe, first if equation is in terms of x, then how many value of x we will get? 2 values. Here equation is in terms of L upon n, so we will get 2 values of L upon n. So first value we have denoted by L1 upon N1 and second by L2 upon N2, and product of root is what? C upon a. C is what here? 2, and upon a is what here? 1. So here therefore L1 L2 upon N1 N2 is equals to what? 2. Okay, here not necessary to get such type of result. Better way, we will use some alternate simple method. Instead of using this method, we will use what? Some simple method instead of using this product. Okay, better way, solve this quadratic equation. We will give the priority to solve this quadratic, because by using this method example will become difficult. Just divide here by n square. What will get here? L square upon n square plus okay, don't divide, directly solve this equation. So find out factor of 2 such that its addition is 3. So factors of 2 are what? 2 into 1. So what we'll get here? L square plus 2 ln plus 1 ln plus 2n square is equal to 0. Just we are solving this equation just like a quadratic equation. So now from first two term we are able to take L common. So if we are taking L common, what we will get? L plus 2n. And here if I am taking n common, so here we will get L plus 2n is equal to 0. From these two terms, if we are taking L plus 2n common, so here remaining term is L and here remaining term is n. So this method is easy to solve this equation. So therefore L plus 2n is equal to 0 or L plus n is equal to 0. So therefore L is equal to plus 2n on this side will become minus 2n, and here L is equal to minus n. In this way we have got the value of L in terms of what? N. Now we are trying to find out value of this m also in terms of n. So value of L, so see equation is in terms of what? L m n. अभी हमें L की value in terms of n पता चल गई, अभी m की value in terms of n find करनी है. So for that purpose use this result. So when L is equals to minus 2n, m will be equals to, observe, m minus 3 into L, but L is how much? Minus 2n. Minus 2n, I am substituting here L, and minus 5n, keep it as it is, minus 5n, which is equal to, here we will get 6n minus 5n will be equals to n. Now use second value of L. When L is equals to minus n, at that time m is equals to minus 3 into L, minus 3 into L, but L is how much? Minus n, minus 5n, keep it as it is. Here minus into minus will become plus 3n, minus 5n is minus 2n. Again 3n minus 5n is minus 2n. Now for first line, for line first, direction ratios are, so values of L, M, N are called as what? Direction cosines. But already we have seen that direction cosines are also called as what? Direction ratio. But converse is not true. Ratios को हम cosine नहीं बोल सकते, लेकिन cosine को क्या बोल सकते? Direction cosine को direction ratios. So here for first line, what is the value of L? Minus 2n. What is the value of m? When L is minus 2n, m is what? n. और n की वैल्यू n. ये किसकी वैल्यू है? L. ये किसकी वैल्यू है? m की वैल्यू. और ये किसकी वैल्यू है? n. So all the values we have got in terms of n. Why we are finding all the values in terms of n? Because these are what? Direction cosines are also called as what? Direction ratio. If we are considering it as direction ratio, means we are able to cancel the common factor and we are able to convert it into simplest form. So divide to all the terms by n. So minus 2, 1, 1. So let us denote these direction ratios by A1, B1, C1. Let us denote it say by A1, B1, C1. In this way, we have got direction ratios of first line. Now we are finding direction ratios of second line. So for line second, direction ratios are. So now for this second line, what is the value of L? Minus n. What is the value of m? Minus 2n, and value of n will be equals to n. So that is, let us simplify it. Divide to all the terms by minus n, so that here we will get 1, here we will get 2, and here we will get minus 1. Denote it by A2, B2, C2. Okay, once the direction ratios of two lines are known to us, we will have a formula to find out angle between them. So let us denote the angle between two lines by theta. So let theta be the angle between lines. So therefore, what is the formula? Cos theta is equal to A1 A2 plus B1 B2 plus C1 C2 divided by under root A1 square plus B1 square plus C1 square into under root A2 square plus B2 square plus C2 square. Remaining part is just to substitute the values. A1 A2 means minus 2 into 1. Minus 2 into 1 plus B1 B2 means 1 into 2. 1 into 2 plus C1 C2 means 1 into minus 1. 1 into minus 1. divided by under root a1 square plus b1 square plus c1 square, means minus 2 square plus 1 square plus 1 square into under root a2 square plus b2 square plus c2 square, means 1 square plus 2 square plus minus 1 square. So which is equal to, let us simplify it. Here we will get minus 2, here we will get plus 2, and here we will get minus 1 divided by root 6, and here also we will get root 6. So which is equal to, here plus 2 minus 2 will get cancelled, minus 1 root 6 into root 6 is 6. So this implies that theta is equal to cos inverse of, this is the value of what? Cos theta. So theta is equal to cos inverse of, its value is mod of minus 1 by 6 is 1 by 6. So cos inverse of 1 by 6 will be the value of theta, and theta is nothing but what? Angle between two lines. So therefore required angle, or therefore angle between two lines is cos inverse of how much? 1 by 6. In this way we have got a required value. See, as it stands, equations are given in terms of what? LMN, and these are the relation between direction cosines. इसी तरीके से relation between direction ratios भी दिए होंगे. यहाँ पे भी हम direction cosine से directly क्या find कर रहे हैं? Direction ratios ही निकाल रहे हैं, because direction cosines are also called as what? Direction ratios. Means after finding direction ratios, question may be asked to show that two lines are perpendicular or two lines are parallel, or question may be asked to find out angle between two lines. For every example, to solve every example, we will require first what? Direction ratio. तो यहाँ तक का जो भी मेथड है वो हर एक एग्जाम्पल में सेम ही रहेगा. इसके बाद में जो क्वेश्चन है वो यहाँ पे एंगल निकालने को कहा तो हमने एंगल फाइंड किया. अगर उन्होंने कहा कि शो दैट लाइन्स आर परपेंडिकुलर, देन चेक दैट a1 a2 plus b1 b2 plus c1 c2 is equal to 0 or not. If they are saying that lines are parallel or not, if the lines are parallel, at that time which condition is satisfying? a1 upon a2 is equal to b1 upon b2 is equal to c1 upon c2. Okay, so to solve such type of examples, a little bit practice is required.